up? So let's start the session about opportunity promotion for iGIP matching. So let's see what's the program of today. So first, we're going to talk about the first step is the job description. What kind of profile the company is looking for, because in order to promote something, you need to know it. Second part is posters, so how to catch people's attention regarding the opportunity. And the third part, we're going to talk about the medium of communication, is like how to reach the right people for the opportunity. So let's start with the first point, which is the job description. So in order to promote an opportunity, you need to know it in the way that you need to have the important features from the job description. For example, what kind of languages the intern has to speak, or even the nationality, because some companies do ask for this. Also the background, the skills, if they need to have a special diploma, for example, being a master's student and not just an undergraduate. If they need to have a particular experience in a field. And the last point, of course, that I just want to remind is that for all opportunities, the interns need to be students because that's the French legislation. So I'll give you a precise example. So for example, this is an opportunity on EXPA, so Human Resources Assistant. So for this opportunity, if you go down, you have the description of the position. So it could be very important for you to go on EXPA, especially if you were not the one raising the TN with the company and you're just in charge of matching it, then you don't always know very precisely what's expected. So EXPA is a good way to know this. So here I've underlined the important things from the job description. So what the intern will have to do, HR data reporting, sourcing of candidates, communication, and create a training plan. So then you have a better vision of the intern will have to do, and so what kind of profile you can find for this position. And then if you go down, you have a very useful thing visually, because it gives you the important skills that the company asked for this position. So for example, PC user skills, which is required, project management as well, but it's a more confused notion than PC user skills, which is very precise. Also, business administration is preferred, so it's not mandatory to have someone that has this background. And another important thing is the French, which is required, because it's very hard sometimes to find interns that speak good French for an opportunity. And the last thing is the student level, bachelor or master's, which means that it's not very, it's not going to be a problem. Like you can find interns from either undergraduate students or master's students. So that's cool. And then, so yeah, that was it about how to get to know your job description and taking from it the few features that you need. You can even list them as I did it here. For example, language could be Spanish, and then someone that has a background in marketing, etc., etc. So you know it better. Now I will go to the second point, which is promotion posters. So how to do it? Well, obviously you need to use an editing software. I'm giving the example of Photoshop because this is the one that I personally use, but there are other softwares that you can use in order to do it. It depends on what you prefer and what you know how to use. So for me, it's Photoshop. And then what? So first, you need a photo of the city. So if you're in Paris, maybe a photo that represents Paris. You can go for the Eiffel Tower or something else. So visually, it will attract people. The idea is that people get that it's a French opportunity. So if you're in another city of France, try to use something that represents France, maybe. And then on this poster, you need to put basic information about the opportunity. So what kind of profile we're looking for. And now you get back to what I said in the first point about the job description and taking from it the few important features that we're looking for. Also, you need to put the link of the opportunity or the number of the opportunity, so actually people can find it online on Opportunity Portal, which is the side, it's the expa side of the interns, if I may say. The dates can be important as well, because you want to make sure people are available for the dates that the company needs an intern. Deadline to apply, and of course, never forget to mention the student requirement, because we don't want people that are not students to apply, even though it can be a possibility because we can manage with this, but still it's important that we make sure they're students beforehand. So now it might seem a bit too confusing for you, so I'm going to give you examples. So for example, this one, I made it. So usually I use something very simple with a few information, because the good thing about France and about Paris especially is that it does attract interns, a lot of interns to apply. So that's, I guess, both the good and the bad side about matching from France, a country like France, because it attracts a lot of people, but sometimes they're not relevant for the positions. But anyway, so I usually do something very simple with the logo of the company, the title, precise dates. I also put the salary. I didn't mention it before, but you can put it as well. And of course, student requirement. But I have another example to give you, which is this one. I think it's the other NST iGIP matching, Amanda, who made it. So you can see it's a different example, it's a different style, but both of them are made to be very useful. So yeah, here, Europe car, so basic information. You don't want to put too much information on it, because you just want people to get an understanding of the position, and then they can check the actual full description on the website, or they can email you, etc. So they don't need at first to have too much information. And if you guys don't know how to use such softwares like Photoshop or Canvas or stuff like this, you can either ask me via email. I can send you an email with the basics of Photoshop, because that's the one I use, or you can ask your VPs or people that you know. But usually it doesn't require a lot of skills to make things like this. Just needs a bit of time. So that was for my second point. So now let's talk about the medium of communication that you use. By this, I mean how you actually get to people, get your information to people. So first, okay, managing people that already applied on the website. I'm not going to talk about it for long, because it's not really the point of the session, because those people already heard of the opportunity, so they already applied, so that's good for you. But the second part is that trying to actually catch people's attention, people that didn't know about the opportunity and might be interested and might fit into this profile you're looking for. So of course, there are Facebook groups. If you haven't heard of it, it's very useful, because a lot of people check them out, especially people from AIESEC. So if you advertise your internship on Facebook groups, maybe a VP OGX or a member of OGX abroad, of another AIESEC entity abroad, might see it and then promote it with his or her interns. So that's pretty good, Facebook groups. And then also you can contact LCVPs in foreign AIESEC entities. So you ask them by email saying, okay, I have this great opportunity, so please, can you promote it to your EPs? And you give them the poster that you made before. You send them the poster, so they can, it's easier for them to promote it, and they're gonna be more willing to do it. The third point is using AIESEC databases on Google Sheets. So it's like we have searching tools for each country, and you can find the direct contact of interns, of EPs, and then you are going to promote the internship to them directly by email. So you're gonna do the work and send them the poster and explain a bit how it is. So if we're gonna go more into details about the Facebook groups, here are some examples that if you guys never heard of it, then here you have 3 examples. Here, world matching, another world matching, but you also have one for European Union. So those are just examples. There are a lot of groups on Facebook for AIESEC matching. So if you need more, if you want to be part of more groups, you can ask me and I can add you to them, or I can send you the link, etc. So those are just examples. And now if just going more into details about contacting people, because I talked about it previously, about contacting other AIESEC entities, first you want to create a relation with them. Like say, hi, how are you? How's it going in, I don't know, Italy, if you're contacting someone from Italy. And then you give them the posters you've created and make sure they understand what the internship is about, because they're going to be the ones promoting it. So you want to make sure you explain to them what it is about. Same thing when you contact EPs. That's a very cool thing to do, because your chances of having a good profile applying for your position is higher because you select the people you contact. So you actually have access to their expat profiles and their CVs, so you can actually look through them and see if they're good profiles, and then you can contact them, and if they apply, then good job. So as I said, yeah, explaining the position and sending them the poster. So now I'm sure your question is, okay, I have to contact people that I don't know, but how do I find their contact information? Again, that's very easy, because as I said, we have Google Sheets documents where you have like a lot of searching tools for a lot of countries. So this one is actually for, as you can see, each region is here. MENA, here we have MENA, Africa, region of AIESEC, and then you can click on them, and then you have access to each country's searching tool. Well, not all of them have one. For example, Belgium doesn't have one, and Czech Republic. But I'm going to show you, like, if you click, for example, on the one of Switzerland, so you want to, I don't know, you want EPs from Switzerland. So you go on their searching tool, and then cool thing, because the first page gives you the contact of the LCVPs. So that's pretty cool. You can contact them, as I said, so then they can promote your opportunity to their interns. But also here at the bottom, you have GIP, GCDP, Global Entrepreneur, and since you want GIP EPs, you click on GIP, and boom, here are all the profiles that are registered of interns from Switzerland. Also, I'm sorry, at the right here, it's kind of cut, but it's very useful because here you have the background of each intern. So you can see finance, marketing, business administration, probably. So it gives you a first idea of whom to contact, because if you need someone in finance, then you're going to look only to finance, and here finance at these people. And then there are a bunch of information all here, like you have you have the EP manager email, but also you have their name, where they're from, and most importantly, you have their expat profile. I mean, you can click on it and go on expat, and then you have their CVs, their email address, and then, as I said, the next step will be contacting them and telling them about your opportunity, because it might interest them. So yeah, this is a very, very useful tool that we have in AIESEC in general. So now I'm done. So if you guys have questions, you can post them on Facebook, and then I can read them and answer them here. Thank you for listening. I mean, I know everything I said was very clear, but I'm sure you guys have questions, right? Okay, I'm going to wait 1 more minute if you guys have questions that you can post on Facebook. Because otherwise, it's okay. The video is going to be recorded, and if you have more questions later on, obviously I'm available for answering them and explaining again on Facebook or email. There's no problem about it. And I'll send you the PPT so you have it with you. A few more seconds. um, mm, okay, just one thing I can add for you guys, because that might not have been clear, is that I talked about the search tools. So what I can do is that I didn't add the link here on my PPT. So what I'll do is that I'll give it to you later on. I'll add it to my PPT, and then when I send it to you, you guys can have the link to this document, because then when you have access to this document, you have access to all the other search tools for each country. So that's something I can add for you guys just in case. And then you can look through it and you'll see all of this. It's really magical. Okay, well, now it's the end of the webinar about how to promote an opportunity. I hope it was interesting to you guys, and if you have more questions, again, you can just send me a message and I'll answer. Bye, have a good night.